So then I thought, no, I think it's time we get back to architects. So we had enough general fund money to build this art building, and I got an architect for that, and they built it. They did the construction work. Then we got money for a science building, and that was the last one they did. They built that one. It was with an architect.
Well, I noticed there's a MacDonald Athletic Center there too.
Yeah.
Joe MacDonald.
Yeah.
Was that the last building or not the last?
They
PE
just
Center.
finished the last one. This dedication a little bit ago was a building trades building.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, the gym, that was an architect design building, and that was a big, $6 million project. Yeah. And the auditorium too was another one. We started using architects then for the dormitories, and there's a building there for computer science.
Well, where'd the sculptures that are around there, who did those?
Well, we started, buying art, because there's so much art, and I just thought it was important to have it for a campus. And Dwight Bilodeau, he's a Blackfeet kid that married into our tribe here. Did you ever know Dwight Bilodeau?
No, never did.
He worked for the education department there in Helen for state superintendent. His kid was an artist, a 3D artist, and he did our first one, Eagle Spirit, and then he did the Protector, and then there was another Blackfeet guy came into. His family got washed out with that big flood up at Browning.
Yeah.
And they moved back to New England, where his mother was from. He was raised, and he came back, and he came to our school to study carpentry, and the art department was right there. And he got interested in art, and he got into this metal sculpture. And so all these recent metal sculptures, the one at the field house in Missoula, and some of those around our campus, are all his work.
Beautiful stuff. Well, no, they're up at Blackfeet too, aren't they?
Yeah, they commissioned him as you enter the Blackfeet Reservation.
Sure.
From all four sides, there's a beautiful setup.
Yeah. Well, so what's the relationship now after 32 years or more between Salish Kootenai College and the Montana University system?
It's good.
Well, I mean, for the student, from the learner's point of view, I mean, do you go to one place and then you go on to advanced studies at another place, or specialize here, or what is it?
At first, it was kind of a struggle at first. And they said, Joe, your students come down here and they can't read. And I'd look back at them and I'd say, as a high school principal, Ronan, we hired a lot of teachers from the university, and a lot of them couldn't read either.
Joe.
And they couldn't write. Oh, not read, it was write. They can't write, Joe. I said, we hired a lot of your teachers, and they can't write either. Good example is Larry Anderson. And that would shut them up. But through the years, our students went there and did well, and then there was a graduate student that in social work down there, and he was married to an Indian lady, and he was a German fellow, and really, did his stats well, and he got permission from our tribe and the university to use their records and get by the Privacy Act to get all their records, and so he studied the students from our tribe that went directly to the university and compared them with the students from our tribe that went to the college first and then the university. And he found that those that went to the college first did much better. The grade point was better. They graduated sooner. Everything was just better. And that study really did a lot to sell us too on that.
So you're kind of tied in that way then with the university system, or?
Yeah, they work with the deans. It's kind of up to the departments to work with the deans. Because you have to be accepted like that. We're on quarters, they're on semesters. And I asked George Dennison about it, and he said, George, he said, I wouldn't change if I were you, because he said he came from Michigan, and some of the Michigan schools are on quarters and some are on semesters. And there was a push for that, but they're doing fine. If they graduate, if they finish their AA degree and transfer, they're fine. If they go a couple of quarters and then transfer, they may get hit on the 3 credits of English as compared to a semester of English. But transfer seems to be well.
So you, I mean, you got a tremendous amount of experience here. You're kind of an elder around here. What do you think the place needs now? I mean, are you just laying back, counting your stock, your coupon? Well, what's the community here? What's next?
Well, there's so much, I was just down with the Boys and Girls Club director yesterday. There's just the youth in this town. There's such a need, for programs for youth, and and summer work programs for kids. They need summer youth work program. We used to have it with CETA and Neighborhood Youth Corps and some of those programs, but we don't have that anymore for some reason. I even saw a black guy was on TV when we were watching all the election stuff, and he mentioned that we never came through with any summer programs because it must be hurting in the cities probably more than it hurts out here. But we need some of those programs. We need some kind of leadership, middle-aged leadership or younger middle age or older teenage leadership to try to keep our kids on the right path. It's a shame to see these young fellows that are 22, 23, 25 years old, totally committed to alcohol. Can't do anything else with the alcohol. You pick up the paper and read the court, it's always possession of drugs, selling drugs.
Meth?
I suppose that's what it is.
Yeah. Well,
prisoners full of them.
Yeah. What do you think, when you look back over the time you've had, being a Smokejumper, did that make any difference in your life?
Oh, a lot.
In what way?
Well, first of all, it got me my college degree. It got me, the scholarship when I met Lou Rochelle. But before that, though, all those guys that I jumped with were all college people, and they're all mainly forestry in those days. But I had set my cap then. That's I was going to get a college degree. That really helped, and then the work ethic, and the physical fitness part, and the work ethic and the teamwork you have to have on the fire and all that. It all carries over.
Yeah.
You gotta get the job done. All you can do is dive in there and get it done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fire's going up the mountain, then you got to get on the side of it and chop, chop. Same way with a college or something happens, it's bad. You have a lot of developing colleges like, going over a rolling hillside. You go up over, you don't know what's going to be on the other side. Just go up, and you look down the other side.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet.